What's up? Good morning. We're going to kick this off in just a second. If you're curious what this thing is in front of me, it's my microphone with the baby boy's pants over it. As a pop filter. That's what you're seeing. I will be reading The Art of War. I'm actually recording it into my what the hell? Check. Audio input capture is the MacBook. Check. All right. This will be for my legitimate, well-recorded audiobook, the pre-done and edited ones. I'm recording into my recording software with my good mic, and I'm talking to you guys with my laptop mic. If you're confused as to what the hell is going on right now, but that's what's happening. So without further ado, welcome everybody. How you guys doing? Nice to see you. Welcome back. I'm your host Keith Man Letters, here to bring you knowledge, information, and a bit of entertainment. Take your shoes off. Stay a while. Art of War PDF. And of course, the roommates kick up the. She usually sleeps in hella late, like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But she's up right now and bumping music. My mic might pick that up. We'll see right now. Let's do a little test run.
It is a matter of life and death.
Oops. Fuck, it's definitely gonna pick it up. I might have to do this in the closet, like the old school days. Weak sauce, it's picking it up. Fuck, that sucks, man. I've upgraded a new laptop. I might have to upgrade to a new home on top of that, you guys. That's a bummer. Tyrone, what's cracking? Mango, Acme, what's cracking? Gospel of Thomas. I already did Gospel of Thomas, Ali Al Balsamo.
I was blown.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the.
Alright, you guys have to pray that. You have to pray that my roommate's quiet it the hell down so that we can actually do this recording. Because I really don't want to sit in my closet and record this. The Emerald tablets and the Kabbalion audiobooks that I did, I recorded in my closet, like a tiny ass 2x3 closet. It was not fun. Well, actually, it was kind of fun because it was dark in there except for my computer, so I felt as if I were in a spaceship. I probably have spent a good 50 plus hours in that cramped, tiny ass closet. I was using my clothes as a buffer, as a sound recording studio, basically. She's fucking bumping now. God damn it. I'm not gonna be able to do this, you guys. I'm not gonna be able to do this. Man, and letters record it. Yeah, I'll show you. Fuck. I'll another business to add to the list. Yeah, check. I'll show you guys my my recording studio. So it looks like we will be recording in here today, guys. What does that look like? Anywho. Manor Blaze Recording Studios. Back at it. Back at it again. Son of a bitch. So that's not gonna work. Not happy about this, guys. Not happy about this. I guess I can use shit. So much for knowledge, information, and most importantly, entertainment. Absolutely blowing it right now. So this is going to be our setup. Fuck, that's not tall enough. Oh well, we can just chill. All right. Was that a bag? A bunch of plant? That was a bunch of. That was a bunch of oregano. There's a whole bunch of oregano. So check this out. If you guys ever, this actually works really well. To be fair, I should be making my audiobooks in here because the quality of sound is a lot better inside like an actual. It's not an actual studio, but. So if you guys have ever wanted to start your own podcast, actually this is probably, or musician, or you want to record anything with decent quality and you don't have money for it, like for studio time. Go into a small space and fill it with, like, I have tons of clothes in here off the wall. I have pillows. Um, you don't want too much reverb. You don't want it to sound like, an extreme example is when you're in the bathroom and you talk and you're listening to someone and you say, "Are you in the bathroom?" Because you can hear the reverb off of the walls. You don't want that. Um, that's why sound booths have the foam padding all over everything. It's so that the sound is one clean sound, not a reverbed sound. Sometimes you want that, but when you're recording like this, you don't want it. This is still not high enough. I don't think you guys are going to be able to watch, though, because I need this door to be closed. And when I close this door, it's darkness inside of here. I literally just sit in a dark ass closet and make audiobooks. Shout out, man of letters. Sunday morning. Sunday morning, rain is falling. Steal some cover, share some skin. Clouding us in moments unforgettable. Audiobooks by candlelight, closet edition. So here's what we can do, you guys. I can't. You know, it's funny, when I did the emerald tablets, I actually brought a candle inside the closet with me because it was dark as fuck, and it was cold, and the candle helped keep it warm inside of here. But there's no room for the computer. I can't bring the computer in here. So that you guys can see me, unfortunately. Or I can bring it inside, but you can't. But you still can't see me, actually. You can hear me, but you can't see me. Or I can end the stream and just record the audiobook. How do you feel? Bethany, Torin, what's cracking? Not gonna lie though, when I am in here, I feel super official. I feel like Man of Letters official inside of here. What is that? Some muffle some sound. Check, check, check. Check, check. Ooh, there we go. Check, check, check. It's crazy how you can hear the difference in sound. All right, y'all. I know, Bethany, I've actually never read the book either, so I'm excited to do it. Check. I'm super excited to do it. Why the name Agent Smith? Because Agent Smith is part of the Matrix. Why are you in a closet? Because it's the only place I can get some. Whoa, where'd these come from? It's the only place I can get some quiet. Do you get on? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Do you get on, dog? Alright, hold on. Ooh. Strange. These are strange times, guys. These are strange times. I'll be stoked to look back on this video one day and be like, hey, remember when I used to record my audiobooks in the closet? Yes, Keith. I do remember that. Alright, you guys, so all of us are in the closet right now. Bethany, yes, absolutely. I'm changing constantly. My current spiritual kick is I've been wanting to dive in on crystals, actually. I've been wanting to dive in on crystals. But I've been wanting to dive into the actual like physics of crystals and how they form in nature and how different kinds form, and I'm basically trying to find correspondences between the science of crystals and the spirituality of crystals. So I've been wanting to get a nice, not a spiritual crystal book, but a legit fucking science crystal book, and read as much as I can so I can start having light bulbs go off where I'm like, oh my god. Like, for example, you can program clocks using quartz crystals because quartz crystals resonate at a certain frequency, and so you can use that frequency to keep time. And so, like, that's one example. I'm curious what all the other crystals do and what's up with them. And so that's definitely one thing that I've been super curious about. I'm pulling up the PDF on my phone because this is how we gonna do it. This is how I did Emerald Tablets in the Cabal. Have you guys, if you haven't heard my audiobooks yet, go to my homepage for Man of Letters and go check out Emerald Tablets. I broke 100,000 views on it a couple of weeks ago, actually like a week ago, and I'm already at 106,000 views now, or 104,000 or something. The video is growing exponentially, and it's putting my page on the map. I'm super excited because Emerald Tablets is one of my favorite things ever. So is the Cabalion. Art of War PDF. Chapter 30. Chapter 2. Where we at? What the hell? The only thing is, I'm not sure if it's good for my eyes to be reading shit in the dark, but what we do, what we do, you know what I mean? Bethany, you should hit me with that link so I don't forget, because I'm curious to check that dude out. You guys ready? Are we doing this? I think I have it all set up now. Damn, the microphone on my laptop is pretty damn good. Why is it weird? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. About to record the second chapter of The Art of War. Your host, Man Letters, Keith Garcia. We are coming at you from the closet today. From the closet, where it's nice and cozy. Back to the spaceship life. Feel free to hang out. Feel free to do some chores, whether you're at work or on the road. I'm finally putting out my next well done, well recorded audiobook, but I thought I would do a behind the scenes this time. I don't know, maybe you guys might like to hear the mistakes and hear the mess ups and get a feel for what it's like to be someone who makes audiobooks in a dark ass closet, because that's all we have. Anywho, Just gotta hit that record. Gotta hit that record button. And a little bit of this action over here. Trap. Oh my goodness. This is chaos, you guys. This is absolute chaos. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check. Microphone check. Alright. I think we're good. Here we go. Chapter 2. Waging War. Oh, damn it, I pulled up the wrong PDF, you bastard. Great. It's not one thing, it's not one thing, it's the other. Alright. Chapter 2. Waging War. Sun Tzu said, "In the operations of war, where there are in the field 1,000 swift chariots, as many heavy chariots, and 100,000 mail-clad soldiers, with provisions enough to carry them 1,000 miles, the expenditure at home and at the front, including entertainment of guests, small items such as glue and paint, and sums spent on chariots and armor, will reach the total of 1,000 ounces of silver per day. Such is the cost of raising an army of 1,000 men." When you engage in actual fighting, if victory is long in coming, then men's weapons will grow dull and their ardor will be dampened. If you lay siege to a town, you will exhaust your strength. Again, if the campaign is protracted, the resources of the state will not equal to the strain. Now, when your weapons are dulled, your ardor dampened, your strength exhausted, and your treasure spent, other chieftains will spring up to take advantage of your extremity. Then no man, however wise, will be able to avent the consequences that must ensue. Check, check, check. Thus, we have heard of stupid haste in war. Cleverness has never been associated with long delays. There is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. It is only one who is thoroughly acquainted with the evils of war that can thoroughly understand the profitable way of carrying it on. The skillful soldier does not raise a second levy, neither are his supply wagons loaded more than twice. Bring war material with you from home, but forage on the enemy. Thus the army will have food enough for its needs. Poverty of the state Poverty of the state what the fuck, what is that? SJK? SJK, is it a French word? Poverty of the state Poverty of the state exchanges causes an enemy to be maintained by contributions from a distance. Contributing to maintain an army at a distance causes the people to be impoverished. On the other hand, the proximity of an army causes prices to go up, and high prices cause the people's substance to be drained away. When their substance is drained away, the peasantry will be afflicted by heavy exactions. With this loss of substance and exhaustion of strength, the bones of the people will be stripped bare, and 3/10 of their income will be dissipated, while government expenses for broken chariots, worn-out horses, breastplates and helmets, bows and arrows, spears and shields, protective mantles, drought oxen and heavy wagons will amount to 4/10 of its total revenue. Hence a wise general makes a point of foraging on the enemy. 1 cartload of the enemy's provisions is equivalent to 20 ones of your own, and likewise a single pickle of his provender. A sentence I've never seen in my life. And likewise, a single pickle of his provender is equivalent to 20 from one's own store. Now, in order to kill the enemy, our men must be roused to anger. That there may be advantage from defeating the enemy, they must have their rewards. Therefore, in chariot fighting, when 10 or more chariots have been taken, those should be rewarded who took the first. Our own flags should be substituted for those of the enemy, and the chariots mingled and used in conjunction with ours. The captured soldiers should be kindly treated and kept. This is called using the conquered foe to augment one's own strength. In war, then, let your great object be victory, not lengthy campaigns. Thus it may be known that the leader of armies is the arbiter of the people's fates, the man on whom it depends whether the nation shall be in peace or in peril. The chapters are pretty short. That was all of chapter 2. Bethany, it's a great idea, actually. I'm glad you brought that up because I actually meant to do that, to take notes on this while I was reading it to bring back up. That's a good point. That means I would have to go find a pen and paper outside of the closet. Actually, no, I'll type it here on my phone. If you guys hear anything noteworthy, it's called The Art of War, the book, but the reason why the book is so famous isn't only because it talks about how to fight an actual war, but how to overcome any obstacle. And also how to see how people are trying to overcome you, because To understand the mind of the world's greatest war general is to understand how these tricks are implemented on you, which is useful, which is exceptionally useful. But damn, the neighbors are listening to heavy metal right now. I can hear the kicks. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, I'm going to set up chapter tree. That was... Actually, let me...
The proximity of an army causes prices to go up, and high prices cause the people's substance to be drained away. When their substance is drained away, the peasantry will be afflicted by heavy exactions. The peasantry will be afflicted by heavy extractions.
Nice. It's sounding good, you guys. I'm stoked. Alright, so... chapter 1 done, chapter 2 done, chapter 3 almost done. Well, not almost done, but almost started. Oh, I got a fat headache out of nowhere. Son of a bitch. I'm hungry and thirsty. I'm gonna give it a second. While they quiet down in the other room, something just happened. I don't know why they feel the need to yell at each other. They're in the same room, but they're just yelling at each other. Damn it. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can get them to close their door. Oh, my mic is picking it up. I was waiting for you to finish your thought. I was just saying if you close your door because I was recording right now. You're fine. Más mejor. Es más mejor. Waging war. Attacked by stratageme. Coup. Whoops.
Okay. Third chapter. Here we go. Chapter 3. Attack by Strategy. The Sun Tzu said, "In the practical art of war, the best thing of all is to take the enemy's country whole and intact. To shatter and destroy it is not so good. So, too, it is better to recapture an enemy. So, too, it is better to recapture an army entire than to destroy it. To capture a regiment or detachment or a company entire than to destroy them. Hence, to fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Thus, the highest form of generalship is to balk the enemy's plans. The next best is to prevent the junction of the enemy's forces. The next in order is to attack the enemy's army in the field. And the worst policy of all is to besiege walled cities. The rule is not to besiege walled cities if it is possible to be avoided. The preparation of mantlets, movable shelters, and various implements of war will take up 3 whole months, and the piling up of mounds over and against the walls will take 3 months more. The general, unable to control his irritation, will launch his men to the assault like swarming ants, with the result that 1/3 of his men are slain while the town still remains untaken. Such are the disastrous effects of a siege. Therefore, the skillful leader subdues the enemy's troops without any fighting. He captures their cities without laying siege to them. He overthrows their kingdom without lengthy operations in the field. With his forces intact, he will dispute the mastery of the empire, and thus, without losing a man, his triumph will be complete. This is the method of attacking by strategy. It is the rule in war. If our forces are 10 to the enemy's 1, to surround him. If 5 to 1, to attack him. If twice as numerous, to divide our army into 2. If equally matched, we can offer battle. If slightly inferior in numbers, we can avoid the enemy. If quite unequal in every way, we can flee. Hence, though an obstinate fight may be made by small force, in the end it must be captured by the larger force. Now the general is the bulwark of the state. If the bulwark is complete at all points, the state will be strong. If the bulwark is defective, the state will be weak. There are 3 ways in which a ruler can bring misfortune upon his enemy: by commanding the army to advance or to retreat, being ignorant of the fact that it cannot obey. This is called hobbling the army. By attempting to govern an army in the same way as he administers a kingdom, being ignorant of the conditions which obtain in an army. This causes restlessness in the soldiers' minds. By employing the officers of his army without discrimination, through ignorance of the military principle of adaptation to circumstances, this shakes the confidence of the soldiers. But when the army is restless and distrustful, trouble is sure to come from the other feudal princes. This is simply bringing anarchy into the army and flinging victory away. Thus, we may know that there are 5 essentials for victory. 1. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. 2. He will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. 3. He will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout Fuck! I'm getting tongue-tied. 3. He will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. 4. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. 5. He will win whose military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign.
He will win who has military capacity. 5. He will win who has military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign. Hence the saying, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Ooh, that was a good one. That was the ending of the chapter. See what I mean by this isn't about, well, it is about war, but it's much deeper than that. That's why this book has survived thousands of years. I'll read that again just for you guys on the live. But hence the saying, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Ooh. Dope. That was chapter 3. I hate cramped spaces, man. Ugh. Damn, should I run another chapter? We're on a roll. Should I get some food? How long is the next chapter? Hell is short. Damn, I could probably finish this whole thing today if I wanted to. Everybody still out there? Are you enjoying the audiobook? Are you learning something? Asir's posting stuff about MJ and Kobe visiting Neverland. Interesting. Interesting. Anywho. Or at least wait for the audiobook. Audiobooks are great. It's generally speaking best to read a book. More involvement in reading. Audiobooks are good for walks and driving and shit like that, though, to be fair. I'm going to, so far it looks like this book is set up in a way that it hits you with the practical during the course of the chapter, and then the final stanza of the chapter seems to be the alright, deep divers, I'm gonna hit you with some real shit and make this applicable to the entire cosmos. Dready Bane, dark energies and whispers from dark entities. Is that just like a fleeting passing thought, or did you get that from the book? Or did you just feel compelled to share that suddenly? Sir Dready Bane. Either way, we're getting on the next chapter. So let us begin.
Chapter 4. Oops. Chapter 4. Tactical Dispositions. Sun Tzu said, "The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. To secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. Thus the good fighter is able to secure himself against defeat, but cannot make certain of defeating the enemy. Hence the saying, one may know how to conquer without being able to do it." One may know how to conquer without being able to do it. Security against defeat implies defensive tactics. Ability to defeat the enemy means taking the offensive. Standing on the defensive indicates insufficient strength. Attacking, a superabundance of strength. The general who is skilled in defense hides in the most secret recesses of the earth. The general who is skilled in defense hides in the most secret recesses of the earth. He who is skilled in attack flashes forth from the topmost heights of heaven. Thus, on the one hand, we have ability to protect ourselves, on the other, a victory that is complete. To see victory only when it is within the ken of the common herd is not the acme of excellence. Neither is it the acme of excellence if you fight and conquer and the whole empire says, "Well done." To lift an autumn hair is no sign of great strength. To see the sun and moon is no sign of sharp sight. To hear the noise of thunder is no sign of a quick ear. Ooh, fuck, I need to be writing these down. Bummer. Actually, take note of that last stanza, Keith. I forgot that I'm gonna have to edit this 1,000 times before I can put it out, so I'll have plenty of time to write these down. Anyway, carrying on. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. Hence his victories bring him neither reputation for wisdom nor credit for courage. He wins his battles by making no mistakes. Making no mistakes is what establishes the certainty of victory, for it means conquering an enemy that is already defeated. Hence the skillful fighter puts himself into a position which makes defeat impossible, and does not miss the moment for defeating the enemy. Thus it is that in war the victorious strategist only seeks battle after the victory has been won, whereas he who is destined to defeat first fights and afterwards looks for victory. Another banger of a line. The consummate leader cultivates the moral law and strictly adheres to method and discipline. Thus it is in his power to control success. In respect of military method, we have, firstly, measurement. In respect of military method, we have, firstly, measurement. Secondly, estimation of quantity. Thirdly, calculation. Fourthly, balancing of chances. Fifthly, victory. Measurement owes its existence to earth, estimation of quantity to measurement, calculation to estimation of quantity, balancing of chances to calculation, and victory to balancing of chances. A victorious army opposed to a routed one is as a pound's weight placed in the scale against a single grain. The onrush of a conquering force is like the bursting of pent-up waters into the chasm of 1,000 fathoms deep. Alright, that one's finished.
Interesting. We're about I'd say almost about 20% of the way done with the book already. That's great news. That is great news. Yeah, Smith. I heard the fan too. I have the gain on the mic turned completely down, so you pretty much have to be talking directly into it to hear something, unless it's stupid loud. And then when I put the music behind the audiobook, you won't be able to hear anything. I did. That's why I opened the closet door, because I think it's starting to get hot in the closet, and the computer was having to catch up. But good looking out, John Smith. Good looking out. Hi. I think sometimes. Oh, nice. It's 11:11. One Devils, one Dream. Did I send the wrong item out? Oh man, Tyrone. One Devil's Club. I did these at the same time. One at a time though. Sorry, you guys. I gotta handle something real quick. Bummer. I think I sent out the wrong package to somebody. Do diddly do 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 diddly do. I'm gonna take a break, you guys. I'm hungry. I'm hungry and tired. I don't know why. I feel like I've been tired for a week. I get plenty of sleep, but I'm just like, I don't know if there's some shit going on with the stars at the moment, or some planets doing weird shit in the sky. I don't know what it is, but I need to get some food in my system. Stat. I gotta get some food in my system. stat. So thanks for chilling, and I'm stoked. This is actually a pretty good book. There's a lot of banger lines and a lot of banger passages in here that are super relevant to like just maintaining your life. You know what I mean? Even if you're not a third century Chinese master general. I'll talk to you guys soon though. Also stoked that my computer's up and running again and the lives are up and running, and I'll be able to get people on the live to host. So maybe we'll host a live later on tonight. That sounds like fun. Maybe we'll get someone on the channel. There's been someone I've been wanting to get on the channel. She's balls deep in conspiracy stuff and like crazy ass conspiracy shit, and maybe she's available. I can see if I can get her on later on. But yeah, thanks for the help, Agent Smith. Thanks for all the help. Hey, thank you for this. Oh yeah, absolutely, Amber. I'll be back. I'll be and this is just the rough ones. This is just like sort of behind the scenes, so you guys can see. Because this shit's not easy. Like, people are always, oh, how do you like the audiobooks? Like, oh, audiobooks are so dope. This is what I have to go through to get audiobooks. Loud ass neighbors, stuffing myself into a closet for hours on end. It's pretty intense. So now you guys know when I'm like, yo, give me an audiobook suggestion. Also, make sure it's fire, because this is what I have to go through to make them. But, oh yeah, Dreddy, definitely turn that post notification on. Sometimes even then, homies don't get my updates, which is unfortunate. So keep it real, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I always appreciate it. You guys could be anywhere doing anything, but you're here with me hanging out and the rest of the homies. Ooh, also, May is coming up, and I'm gonna send the shaman another message because I haven't heard from him. I know he's in South America, or maybe he's just fucking doing jungle shit and he's off the map. So I'll try to reach out to him again and say, hey, I don't mean to pry, but what's a good weekend for you? Because the squad wants to come out and have our plant medicine retreat out here in California. So I'll see you soon. Yeah.